Heracles Almelo, a club in the Eredivisie, the highest division of the Netherlands. One of the oldest clubs in the country, as they were founded in 1903 and they have been in the Eredivisie from 2005-06 season onwards. One of my first memories of them is using them in FIFA 07, which was my first ever FIFA. I remember I did a player career with Everton, who was their main striker at the time, and he is also the all-time club top goalscorer. I liked his name and the hair he had in real life. Anyways, Heracles have been a consistent Eredivisie side ever since they got promoted in 2005. But this season the club had a big last-minute shock at the end of the season and are now officially relegated to the second Dutch division. This is the story of the last-minute downfall of Heracles Almelo. As I said previously, the club was founded in 1903 and is one of the oldest clubs to play in the Eredivisie currently. The club was named after the Greek demigod Heracles. Just to have a small history lesson, Heracles was the greatest of the Greek heroes and the son of Zeus, the sky and thunder god in ancient Greek religion. The first time that Heracles played in the official Eredivisie was in the 1962-63 season. They did win the highest division of the Netherlands in 1927 and 1941 though. After the first few seasons in the Eredivisie in the 60s, Heracles got relegated in 1966 and played in the second Dutch tier till 1985. Just to return to the Eredivisie for one season. From 1986 onwards, the club played another 20 years in the second tier. In the 2004-05 season, Heracles won the title in the second tier with current Lyon manager Peter Bos at the wheel. Since the last time Heracles got promoted to the Eredivisie, they have been in the highest tier since, mostly finishing between the 6th to 15th place in the league. Heracles finished in 6th place in 2010 and in 2016. With the latter result ending up in the club actually playing in the third qualifying round of the Europa League, beating FC Groningen and FC Utrecht in the playoffs beforehand to actually reach the European stage. Heracles had to play Arouca, the Portuguese side, and drew 1-1 at home in the first leg, before having a goalless draw away from home in the second leg. Due to the away goals rule still existing at this point, Heracles was knocked out. Heracles finished in a solid 9th position last season, coming 3 points short of having to go through another qualification to reach the European competition playoffs again. With a new season on the horizon, a few players left the club, including captain Robin Prupper, who moved to rivals FC Twente. Heracles signed Bilal Pasicoglu on a free transfer, who previously played for Feyenoord in the Eredivisie, Nicolai Lauwersen from FC Emmen and Kai Sierhuis on loan from Ligue 1 side Stade Reims. Sierhuis previously played at FC Groningen and in the under-23 team of Ajax. The season didn't start off great, only picking up 1 point from the first 4 games and being in the second to last place, the 17th place in the league table. Heracles slowly got better as the season progressed, with Sierhuis scoring 4 goals and giving 3 assists throughout the entire season. But the international break in November changed everything. Heracles were in 14th position in the league table at the time when news came out that Vloed, the main playmaker of Heracles for the past few seasons, was involved in a deadly car accident. A further investigation had to be done to get more details about the crash, with Vloed left out of the squad for the next 7 Eredivisie matches. Heracles was still in a good 12th position by the end of the first half of the season. Slowly more information came out about the incident, as it was now known that Vloed was with another person in the same car, crashing into another car which had a father, mother, daughter and a 4-year-old son in it. The 4-year-old son sadly passed away in the accident. It wasn't yet known who was driving the car, Vloed himself or the other guy, although there were slight rumors coming through in the following weeks that Vloed was the person driving the car. But of course this wasn't confirmed yet. And then, the most unthinkable thing ever happened. Whilst the investigation of the accident was still going on, Vloed could join the match squad of Heracles again. You might think that it's only fair to let a person go back to his work and continue his regular duties whilst the investigation is going on, but it was quite clear to everyone that not letting Vloed play in the next match against NEC in the Eredivisie would be the best option, as you can't put someone in the headlights so soon again who got involved in a deadly car accident just a few months prior. For some unimaginable reason, Vloed got subbed on in the next match against NEC, the first match of the second half of the season, and got to play 25 minutes. It shocked the entire country that Vloed got any minutes whilst the investigation was still going on. And a week later, yes, a week, the news officially came out. Vloed was the driver that caused the accident, driving way too fast at an irresponsible high speed, and he was under influence of alcohol, killing a 4-year-old child. Heracles obviously suspended Vloed, and he of course didn't play any more minutes for the club from January onwards. Back to the Eredivisie season of Heracles though, where the club signed Dutch centre-back Justin Hoogma from Hoffenheim, winger Emil Hansson from Fortuna Sittard, and striker Samuel Armenteros, who starts a third period at Heracles. Armenteros is currently 31 years old, but did score 53 goals in his previous 2 stints at the club, although he was a free agent when Heracles signed him in January. Delano Burgzorg left the club for Mainz in the Bundesliga, and he was definitely starting to make his mark at Heracles, but fancied an adventure in Germany. The January transfer window was finally over, and the club got a few good results since the Vloed incident and climbed back up to a steady 12th position. Then the club's main striker in Kai Sierhuis got an ACL injury which ruled him out for the rest of the season. And just 2 games later, main goalkeeper and captain Janis Blaswig picked up a muscle injury, which also ruled him out for the rest of the season. Within less than 2 months, Heracles lost their attacking midfielder, who was their main playmaker, their first choice striker, and now their first choice goalkeeper, who is also the club's captain. And not to forget, one of Heracles' better midfielders in Kio Mortsoglu got injured as well, not long after Blaswig got injured. Kio Mortsoglu's injury also ruled him out for the rest of the season. But Heracles was still in the 13th position in the league table. Although the entire right side of the league table was very close to each other, Heracles picked up 7 points in the next 4 matches, winning against relegation battlers Fortuna Sittard, winning against FC Groningen, and picking up a point against FC Twente, which gave Heracles the magical 34 points. Each season everyone says that 34 points will guarantee you another season in the Eredivisie. So the Heracles players and fans cheered a lot after a 1-0 draw against rivals Twente. Even the vice-captain of Heracles said in an interview after the match that they are safe from relegation. Heracles was never a real relegation contender up to this point, as Sparta, Fortuna Sittard, Willem II and PEC Zwolle were all below them. The last 3 matches of the season looked very easy to at least pick up some extra points if needed, playing against RKC, who were just a few points above them, and against relegation contenders Willem II and Sparta. Heracles lost all 3 matches, while Sparta picked up 10 points in the last 4 matches. They fired their manager right before these matches and were in last place after 30 matches. A new manager came in and did wonders, with Sparta finishing in a 14th position in the league table. PEC Zwolle were on 6 points halfway through the season and were hoping for an incredible comeback, but came short in the end on 27 points, 6 points below Willem II, and PEC Zwolle finished in 18th position. Willem II picked up 10 points as well, but did so in the last 5 matches whilst they also appointed a new manager from the 27th matchday onwards. They even won on the last matchday, but Fortuna Sittard and Sparta also won their game, which meant Willem II is the second team that got relegated immediately. Fortuna Sittard also picked up 10 points, but did so in the last 6 matches. That was enough in the end to not get relegated straight away, but the 3 points helped them actually skip the relegation playoffs as well. To hopefully not make it any more confusing, let me explain it in short again. Willem II won their match, but Fortuna Sittard and Sparta also won their match, and so Willem II finished in 17th position. Sparta won their last match against Heracles, which put Sparta above Heracles, and due to Fortuna Sittard's win, Heracles finished below both teams in 16th position. And so Heracles finished in the second to last place and has to play the relegation players and survive 2 rounds against teams from the second tier in order to stay in the Eredivisie. Before the first relegation players match even started, the club decided to part ways with manager Frank Wormuth, who was joining FC Groningen next season anyway. The club felt a change was needed and thought it would be a good idea to fire their manager, who not only had to deal with injuries on his best players and the main playmaker being suspended for the rest of the season, he had to deal with a very poor squad that was left. That in my opinion is definitely a relegation contender level squad. Heracles have currently already played the relegation playoffs against second Dutch division side Excelsior and lost 3-0 in the first leg, and in the second leg they scored first but still ended up losing 3-1. The performances in these 2 legs were insanely bad, and with the goalkeeper Blaswig moving to RB Leipzig in the summer, Sierhuis returning to France and Vloed obviously not playing for the club anymore, He actually transferred to Astana in Kazakhstan when the official news broke out. Heracles is hoping to immediately get back to the highest tier in the Netherlands, but they will certainly need a couple of new players to add some fresh energy to the squad. And this is the story of the last minute downfall of Heracles. Whilst many injuries ruled out some of the key players of the club, the performances still weren't that bad for most of the season. Heracles was still in 12th position 3 matches before the end of the season. And of course, Heracles lost all 3 matches in the end against all fairly easy opponents, with the result of the last match against another relegation contender actually seeing Heracles go into a relegation playoffs, which they got knocked out of immediately. Hopefully you enjoyed this football story and let me know if you think I should do more. If you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel to never miss another story, and I will see you at the next video.